I mean, at this point, I just never understand humans these days. Like, yes, they can be useful in certain situations, but within a way, they're stupid. Like shipping Mothra with my little brother. Just because, let's say she's the most popular female kaiju, doesn't mean she's my brother's girlfriend or his wife. It doesn't make any sense. And plus, how do the children look? Like, just stop and think about that in your head for just a good second. They look like half moth, half Godzilla, but isn't that really a good thing? No, it's not. So most likely, if a good chunk of my kind was still around, they'll probably just consider those monstrosities as a disgrace to our family. Not only that, they just look like a weird Frankenstein's monster. When you put it that way, that is a good point. So, no, I will not date Mothra. And plus, my brother is the king. He can choose whoever and whatever he wants. He can basically choose anyone to be his frickin' wife. If he can choose a giant dinosaur to be his queen, he'll choose a giant dinosaur. If he chooses a giant dragon, fine by me. If he chooses another Godzilla, then he chooses another Godzilla. What? Hell, I will probably be even shocked I'll probably be okay with him choosing a human as his wife. But the only thing I'm not okay with is my brother having a relationship with a moth. Plus, their relationship is it's just not just symbiotic, but they also see each other as friends. Plus, Mothra told me that Godzilla's not her type. I guess he's strong, brave, and handsome, but he's not her type. Plus, can I remind you of one more thing? Mothra can reproduce asexually. Therefore, she doesn't really need a male to reproduce with. You get the picture. Yeah, when you put it that way, it makes more sense. Plus, when there's a male Mothra, they all act like, oh my god, it's a miracle. Like they all just have been having daughters and daughters and daughters. When a male shows up or is born, they all act like, oh my god, it's a miracle. So, yeah, and do you really think my brother will stay around and wait every time for Mothra to just be reincarnated after she dies? Because Mothra takes her sweet time to be reincarnated. Yeah. That is true. That is very true. Exactly. So what do you think about the human race? So what do you think about the humans? I don't really like them. Not that much, at least. Honestly, I just think they're like a weird, stupid species. I mean, in a way, it's more like their fault, because... And plus, do you really think we're gonna forgive them about what they've done to my adopted father, Gojira? Do you really think I'm gonna forgive them for what they've done to him? Well, no. Exactly. Plus, can I also tell you another thing? What's that? Well, if my brother was having an interest to marry Mothra, she would practically force everyone to obey her. And it says, oh, I'm the queen, and you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and gotta do that, and gotta do this. Plus, have you seen how the way they raise their children? Like, seriously, have you seen how the way they raise their children? I mean, when you put it that way, yeah, I have seen how the way they raise their children. It's almost unbelievable. Yeah. Plus, if Mothra is the queen, it will look my reputation look bad to the Hollow Earth ecosystem. Because if my sister-in-law is a Mothra, then that means it's going to make me look bad. Because then, all the Hollow Earth residents are going to start assuming that I'm going to have a Mothra as my wife. And you know, the last Mothra that I had a relationship with did not end it really well when I was a teenager. So when I was a teenager, she and I got into a big fight. And ever since then, I have not been the same ever since. And also, another thing, I killed the Mothra that I dated permanently. How did you do that? Simple. I tracked down the egg and I destroyed it. That proves that I am not interested in having another Mothra as my love interest. And she immediately acted like, oh, I'm the queen and I can do whatever I want. While the real queen depends on who my brother marries. Because whoever my brother marries, that will be your queen. My brother has the right to choose whoever he wants to be his queen. While me, on the other hand, I can sort of do the same thing, but not as much as he can. Because he can do it whenever he wants. I, on the other hand, I could do it as well, but not as much. So there's a really big difference between me and my little brother. Yeah, when you put it that way. You know, there's one thing I have not gone over about. What's that? My grandfather used to have 300 wives. Wait, 300?